the STEM lady from UNESCO, and of course a female scientist champion. And of course there's a lot to get here. A very interesting conversation. Sicelo, can I call you that? Thank you very much for joining us this fine evening. Exciting times. You look amazing, and of course today you're welcome. And today is a very promises to be a very eventful day. What are your expectations before we get into the nitty-gritties of, obviously what you've done in terms of, bringing about revolution in the world?
Right. I'm really excited for today because the world is going to see that Africa's got talent. The young people are going to be inspired to want to be scientists as well, because it's a great deal. Yeah.
It is a great deal, and of course being a female scientist obviously is it shows the great potential that Africa does have, but yet we still have the challenge of being seen by the very communities that we come from. Let's just speak to that and what it means to be a phenomenal scientist, but yet to have a society that is still very skeptical and feels like, no, this is a man's job.
Right. So what I want to start off by saying is the COVID-19 pandemic was bad, but it was good in the sense that it made the people of Africa see how important someone called a scientist is. And now is the era where we want to continue with the mindset shift. I was happy when I heard the First Lady talk about mindset shift as a major pillar for Botswana. And we should take it up, all of us in Africa. The mindset shift from just the scientists being scientists in the laboratory, discovering great things and storing them in the lab, but to a shift where that science comes to serve the community, a shift where we want to commercialize our research and be seen that we're doing great. Africans are intelligent, but the mindset shift, we need to take our products to the market and grow our own industries.
But what is it going to take? Let's just take it from the standpoint of being a female scientist. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into your mind. You are smart, you are talented, you're very capable. But yet, what are the hindrances there?
Yeah. So I want to say before, because I want to think so much work is being done by UNESCO to make sure that the social cultural norms around the girl child not being an aircraft engineer, being a pilot, being a geospace scientist, are slowly being eroded, because now we are encouraging the girls that they can do what the boys can do and they can do it even better. We are encouraging the parents to give the children that platform to be equals. Let's not keep on buying dollies for the girl and buying the coding things for the boys, but now is the era where the girls need to take up the challenge as well and be viewed as capable of doing the most. So I think this is the era that we were at before as Africa, and the new dawn has come where the girls are taking space and they are going to lead the country, the Africa that we want in science.
And talking about the Africa that we want, Africa obviously wants to play a crucial role in coming up with innovative approaches, scientific approaches to sustainable development in light of the different challenges facing humankind. What are the type of issues or rather areas of focus that you're seeing women really venture into and going into and more sustainably?
Yes, I think I'm seeing the women taking more space in the technology space, in artificial modeling, in data science, and we need more women there. We need a bit of ethic into it, and who else to bring ethic and consideration to humankind and other people than women. And we're seeing more women taking that space, which is really exciting for me, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for us women in science.
The future certainly is bright. Let's speak to these statistics. 122 million girls are out of school. This is a global statistic, which is, it's very disheartening to see such a large fraction of potential young girls and women, not even unable to go to school. And obviously now we can even talk about the literacy rates as well, declining. What can be done, in your opinion, in your professional opinion, in terms of bringing these young girls back to school, back to the classroom, and for them to contribute significantly to, the Africa that we want?
Right. So for me, I think it's two-way. There's a part of the girl child or the children in general not being at school because there's no infrastructure. There are no schools. The children are tired of going to sit under a tree and call that a classroom. They're tired of being taught by people who are not qualified. So there's that element of the governments in Africa putting a lot of budget and thought into building schools and the facilities that are conducive and they're igniting to the children. Then there's the other angle of children not going to school, maybe the girls because of cultural norms, early child marriages, and nothing fancy about going to school. That is where we're coming in also as women in science to say, let's inspire, let's tell our stories, let's encourage the students that there's something that you get from going to school, which someone who does not go to school will ever be able to get.
So what is it going to take, in your opinion, for us to come to the point of not having women in science or a female scientist, but to have a scientist, to be labeled as a scientist and not necessarily a female or a male scientist?
We're getting there. Let's first work on the figures. Right now, there's no gender parity in science. We need more women. We need more girls there. We get to level playing ground. And after that, we'll start talking about a scientist, male or female. But for now, I say it without any hesitation. I'm deliberate about it. We need to have more girls. And we're going to continue with our mantra, with our motto for getting more girls in science.
And getting more girls, what should this translate to? Is it, are we expecting 10 more, 20 more? What is the goal here?
The goal is 50-50 gender parity. So the statistics will tell. Right now, we're sitting on 38 girls in science in the workforce. So let's see what the next census will say. But then at the moment, we know we need more girls.
We need more girls. In under 30 seconds, just your parting words to a young girl out there, a young woman who obviously needs to, to find her place and just is trying to find her place in any setting, to get audience, if you may.
I want to say, girls, you can. Girls, you're worth it. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And gone are those days where people look at us and think our place is in the kitchen. Now are the days where our place is in the lab, our place is serving our communities. So yes, girl, you can.
Places in the lab. Thank you so much, Sicelo, for your time.
Thank you.
And of course, that was Sicelo Dube. Of course, bring it home and basically saying that a young girl, all women are very much capable and should, take their rightful place in development, and of course, their rightful place in this male-dominated space, but also to say that they are very well and capable. And of course, we are also going to speak to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Norris, who of course is here in Kasane and also will be gracing this magnificent occasion. Prof, thank you so much for joining us this fantastic evening. Exciting times for Botswana. What are your general sentiments about this day and of course what it will ultimately translate to?
This is an exciting day for us. The recognition of the talent that is embedded in our youth. We have young, talented people who are very innovative, very creative, and this is a platform that will really create a conducive environment for them to excel. So this is really exciting, because one of the things that I say all the time is that it's only through research and innovation that our economies can be powered. And what is more exciting is the fact that we are bringing in a lot of women in science. And for the UB, I must say that we are so excited that the number of women in science is at par as the number of men in science.
Is it par in terms of the representation we're seeing today or our general expectations?
In terms of our enrollment, and the work that our young women are doing in terms of innovation. So it's really exciting, and it's something that we should really push and support.
Prof, we're having 30 candidates being recognized today, 2 of which are Botswana females. What are your thoughts about that in terms of where we're going into this very futuristic future and optimistic future that we have?
This is what I would call the building blocks for creating what you call a knowledge economy. It's economies that are run by knowledge creation and application of that knowledge that are powering economies. So this is really good for us, particularly because from the University of Botswana we have 2 young women here. We're so excited to be having them here.
Prof, to what extent are we seeing right now research informing development, and where do we want it to go? Oftentimes we get a lot of academic research and not the type of research that would inform development. What are we seeing on the ground today, and how do you as a university strive to improving that?
This is a very, very important question, because if it's a university doing research on its own and closed in, inwardly looking, our research would be useless. That is why you need to form what you call a partnership ecosystem. There has to be a network, working network, where there's a relationship between the university, government and both local government and national government, civic society, industry, business. You bring these people together, and of course the communities. You bring them together, because then you know that when you do research that addresses the real problem that exists. Otherwise, if we do in our offices, in our labs, we are just solving imaginary challenges that we are formulating in our own minds. We need to go there, form these relationships, so that we can then know exactly what the challenges are that can be solved by research.
And of course, it comes at a cost, Prof, in terms of, the type of plow-in that we're expecting, going into the future. Can we put a price tag on that?
The costs, I always say this. One of the things that I'm very excited about is that this government believes that National Research Fund is important for driving innovation. And it's a fund that we are hoping it will be implemented soon. But what is critically important is that for universities or institutes of higher education, is your output, the work that you put out there, that will attract funding. If we do research that solves real problems, solves things for industry, people will bring in money. So your work should attract funding. Yeah.
Let's now speak to the society in which these female scientists operate in. Where is the mindset shift in that regard? Where are we going? How are we going to change society's thoughts about these women that are serving us, who have great potential, but yet in so many ways we're still seeing people more trusting of males than their female counterparts?
No, this is an important thing, and I want to say that in Botswana, I think we are turning the corner, but you want to see that be permeating throughout Africa, throughout society, globally. But in Botswana, we're doing well, because it's all about involving women, and also women believing that they are equally competent in everything, and supporting their efforts. What is critical, that is why there has to be policies for gender mainstreaming in our institutions, to say we support development of women. Gender mainstreaming, where the issues of gender are not things that we just think about in terms of how many women we bring in, but that gender is embedded, entrenched into our culture.
Prof, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, greatly appreciated.
And of course, that was Professor David Norris, who of course is the Vice Chancellor of the University of Botswana, also sharing his sentiments regarding what this occasion promises to bring, obviously going into the future. Botswana aspires to become a knowledge-based economy, and of course bringing that to the fore requires all stakeholders on board. And of course, I do also have, when we're talking about the mindset change, mo sebakeng sa gompieno gore e re ha re lebella dikgang tsa go hetoga ka mokgwa o pharologano e be le gore lebella ona maitamo magolo a ileng gore Tona Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi wa beile lehatshe pele ka ditogamano tsone tsa the research agenda kgotsa lenano lone la thomontšha le leng gore le beile ko pele mo dipilareng tse dingwe e beile ko pele jalo yone go hetoga ka mokgwa o pharologana re se betela ke lebogela sebaka sa lona mo nakong ya gompieno gore e be le gore le na le rona go ta go bua ka dikgang tsone tsa mindset change ke kgang e leng gore sa le Tona a bula semmuso a simolodisa semmuso yone le tsholo lone la campaign la mindset change ke sengwe se e leng gore re tsweletse ka go bona dipharologano ka go harologana mme mo sebakeng sa gompieno mindset change o tsena ha kae re ka motsenya ha kae re ka sologela go le kae mo diphetogong tse e leng gore di teng mo nakong ya gompieno.
Se se tona gompieno ke gore kgang e ya maranyane, kgang ya technology, kgang e ya dipalo ga se kgang ya borre. Ebile ga se kgang e thata, ga gona kgang e thata. Ha o na le maikaelelo, o ikaelela go bereka ka bonnata, o ikaelela gore o se ka nna motho yo kgotediwang, maranyane le science le dipalo ga se dio tse di thata. Ebile mo go tona tsatsi jeno basetsanyana ba ba lebileng jaaka re bua jana ba itse gore science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is for all sexes. Ga re godile go ithoa go twe ke a borre. Se sengwe ke gore science, technology, engineering, mathematics ga di tsentse ope. Kana ko moragonyana kwa nne re batsadi ba utwa go te ngwana gago ha ile mo dipalong le mo maranyaneng o bogale thata go bo go te ngwana ka patato o ha o tsenwa togela diwe tseo. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics ke bokamoso. Ebile ke itumela thata ka gore mo bathong ba masoma mararo ba babedi ke Batswana hela yo mongwe itswela go bobonong yo mongwe itswela ka ha bokala ka ha ba tswang mo malwapeng hela a ileng gore ha o ka ke gatwe ke a bo semamang. All they had to do ke go nna le determination, work hard, ba bo ba nna le self drive. Ke gone ha a re changing mindset change e tsanang teng mo thulaganyong ya tsa tsejeno.
Re sebetela ha re bua le ha morago a re bua ka tsone di cultural norms le dikakanyo tse leng gore gongwe go tswa ha bo go le tsone tse leng gore batho ne ba itshetse ka tsone mo nakong ya gompieno. Mindset change is not something that will happen overnight. What can we do? What is being done currently go hetola dikakanyo tsa batho te bang le gone gore bomme le bone bana le bokgoni mo environmenteng kgotsa mo industry e leng gore go le gantsi ra itse gore ke leng gore it's male dominated.
Tsatsi jeno hela mo programming yene jaaka gompieno re bua ka gore go tswa mo Afrika ka bophara bomme ba 30 gone mo hela mo bomme ba ba reeditseng ba bantseng ba bane ba ntse ba akanya gore science, technology, engineering and mathematics ke dilo tsa borre gone mo hela ka bo bone go re kitso ya se se diragala mo lehatsheng ka bo yone e lekanye gore e go thusa gore o hetole ka ha o akanyang ka teng o hetola maikuto. Ke gone mo e leng gore ngwadi o tse e leng gore ra di rotloetsa tota ke gore bana ba Batswana a re itwetseng go bala jaaka gompieno puso e anamisitse ICT network, ICT capability mo Botswana wote ha go ntse go te 500 people are accessing bona maranyane one ya ha e be ile gore ba ntse ba ithuta ka gore just gompieno helana bana ba setsanyana ba ba lebeletseng gore gate 30 women ba ntsha dikitso tse di go godimo hela gone mong. I'm almost certain gore there's one young girl today who is saying ke mo teng le 5 years ke tabe ke le mongwe wa bo 30. So mindset change ngwadi o tse leng gore di a driver gore e diragale ke gone kitso a gore gate what is happening around me, what is happening in SADC, what is happening in Africa. Mme jaanong gompieno go motho thata ka gore ka phone ya gago e smart e leng gore go rekile 500 pula dikitso tse di hong di ka go thusa gore le wena o bone gore le nna nka tolela mo teng.
Maybe just to wrap up this conversation, a knowledge-based economy is upon us. We are moving towards that direction. What can we do in terms of, incorporating, whether it's into the curriculum at grassroots level or into different entities, whether it's the public sector or the private sector, to incorporate a system that will enable the mindset shift priority to be realized?
Ke gore Batswana ba rutegile. Batswana ba rutegile hela se leng gore re tshwentse gore ba hetole dikakanyo le maikuto ka gone ke gore jaanong ba tshwanetse ba nna le mogopolo o batlang go thothomisa o ba o kwala. Gompieno jaana re na le dilo mo ga rona tse leng gore ga re di kwale. Bana ba gago ga ke itse gore ba go itse gore selei keng kana go te knowledge economy ga go twe science le dipalo. Knowledge economy go twa gore a di tsa tlholego tse leng gore di na le thwathwa a ra di profiler ra di khabisa re be re di isa go mahatsheng gore ba te go bona go e rena leng. Ka jalo kganye tona hela mo ba ba reeditseng ke gore as a Motswana, are you inquisitive to a point where you want to trace history as lei gore e rile ga batho ba ta simolla go nna selei ne go rileng ko motseng wa Sorowe go na le kereke tse di agilweng ka mantswe tsa bogologolo. Ga ke itse gore go na le mongwe yo e leng gore kereke eo o e thothomise gore gate ke manyona ya kanya e epilwe ke bomang mantswe ana a tswa kae ke a mohuta mang e tse re lebaka le le kae go agiwa knowledge go tewa gone moo ga o packagile jalo you write a book buka eo ke botshelo buka eo ya go bolelela batho ka ditso tse di tonatona ko lehatsheng la gaeno kana ko motseng wa gaeno motse wa gaeno over time o bo tsana mo mmepeng so ga go teng dikitso kana knowledge economy re se ka akanya gore go tewa mathematics, science, engineering, and mathematics, no, and maths. Go tewa hela gore are you able to document, package, and produce a document and say to the world, and right there you have a product that you can sell.
Thank you so much for your insights, Rest Vitala.
Thank you very much.
And of course, the mindset shift priority applies even in this context. We're talking science and we're talking sustainability. And of course, I do have also with me Khosi Tuso Wasitso, who of course is also going to shed a bit of light in terms of where we're going. Obviously, bringing in the aspect of cultural, the cultural aspects of things into this very equation of sustainability. Khosi ke a lamogela mo sebakeng sa gompieno ke lebogetse nako ya lona.
Thank you, Maiso.
Mo nakong e leng gore mo go yone gompieno go tabo go ipelelwa jalo bomme ba e leng gore ba dira go le gontsi mo maranyaneng ba dira go le gontsi ba le 30 jalo ba ba hiwa sebaka ba lemogiwa ga re lebella mo dinakong tsa maloba ra itse gone gore a nne go na dikakanyo tsa gore bomme ba ka kgona se ba ka hella ha borre ke bone ba e leng gore gongwe ba ka hitella gona go hita gone go mo dikganyeng tsone tsa merero ya maranyane mo nakong ya gompieno lo di hetogile Khosi mme re santse re na le ba e leng gore dikakanyo tsa bone santse di saletse gone morago hale go ka dirwa go tweng ha re be le tsone di tsamaiso tsone tseo le dikakanyo tsone tseo tse leng gore gongwe di tswa mo motheong wa teng di tswa mo ngwaong le di tsamaiso tse leng gore ne re di twetse
ke a leboga mo nakong ya gompieno ke dumedise batswana ko gae ke ka simolla hela ka go khouta le go tswa mo pineng ya rona ya setšhaba e re gopelang e re bopaganya re le merahe e harologaneng ya batswana e bua e re that verse ona le ha go teng tsogang banna emang basadi go ra gore ka nako eo ba ne ba sa ga ba robala tota mo botshelong ke batho ba leng gore ba sa ga ba robala borre ke bone ka reng ra itebala ra robala mme basadi go tilela gate emang re kopane le go direla le hatshele la rona le mme gape mo Setswaneng sa rona se tlholantse se bua gore mme ke thari ya setšhaba gape ntse le Setswana sa bua gore mmangwana o tshwara thipana ka ga bogaleng tota go ra gore go na le stereotype tse e leng gore re le batho mo ditseleng ra di itirela tsa gore dio dingwe ga di a lebagana bomme ga ke ba di kgona mme mahoko a ke a buileng a supa gore Setswana sa rona se re kopanya sa itse gore mo nakong tse di thata mo nakong tsa dikgwetlho bomme ba na le seabe se e leng gore se botlhokwa se e leng gore it cannot be overemphasized se e leng gore ba se dira le bone ba tshwaragane re bopagane re le bomme le borre mo Setswaneng re isa le ha tshera rona go pele re kopane ya no re hano mo tsatsing la gompieno go tla go ipelela bokgoni jwa bomme le katlego ya bomme mo go tsa dipatlisiso le tsa maranyane le dipalo yalo le technology a e leng gore ke one a go gang ditlhabololo mo nakong ya gompieno ga re bua ka bo Sustainable Development Goals Vision 2036 ra itse gore tautona a rona o tlholantsa bua ka nako le nako a bua ka a knowledge based economy mme re se re se lemogileng gore go le gongwe ne ra itebala bomme ba se ka ba ema ka dinao ka gore o tla itlhala gore bomme go tswa from primary level up to secondary level ba pasela thata go gaisa borre mme ga go tsena ko tertiary yaanong bomme ka re go gongwe ba salela ko morago a be ditiro dingwe tsa dipatlisiso tse e leng gore ke tsone tse di eteletseng ditlhabololo ko pele ka re go tletse borre mo teng the male dominated yaanong ke nako ya gore itharabologelwe bomme ba mahatshatsa go tla gore motivate kana go tla gore rotloetsa gore le rona re ithute sengwe mo go bone gore bomme a ba eme ka dinao ba bone gore le bone ba tlhokagala go tlisa ditlhabololo mo lehatsheng la bone go contribute meaningfully ba kopane le borre mo go tlhabololeng lehatshe la rona le go tlhabolola the entire global village.
Khosi, thank you so much for your insights, Ra leboga. Thank you. And of course, that was Khosi Thuso Wasetso giving us the cultural perspective when it comes to where we're going. And of course, the culture is dynamic, and the need to incorporate it into the sustainability agenda is also very crucial. He also did highlight the fact that, you know, for the longest time, generations ago, women in so many respects, you know, obviously being in male-dominated spaces, have been viewed as possibly more less incapable than their male counterparts, which of course factually isn't true in light of the immense potential that Botswana has, that the females have in different sectors of development here in Botswana, here in Africa, and of course in the rest of the world. And today obviously attests to that, given the fact that we have so much potential in terms of that. And of course now we're looking into the venue, beautiful event that obviously will kickstart in a moment's time. Delegates from UNESCO, from the L'Oreal Foundation have started coming in, and of course have started coming in, and obviously are seated in respective spaces, waiting for the kickstarting of this event. Me motswana wetso ha ile gone o kopana le rona mo sebakeng sa gompieno re gone ko mo Kasane mo ileng gore tota re bala yone nako metsotso elo e sa hidiseng pelo e leng gore tota go simologa jana yone thulaganyo ya the 14th edition ya the L'Oreal UNESCO for Women in Science 2023 Young Talent Sub-Saharan Africa Awards. Ile gone go lemoga sabe sa bomme ba ile gore mo sebakeng sa gompieno ba tsere jalo mo palong ya batho ba le 632 go rala mahatse a le 17 ba ile gore tota bomme bone ba mararo jalo mo go bone ba le babedi e tabe e le Batswana ba ile gore ba dira go le gontsi ba dira dipatiso ka go harologana mo mererong ya tsa dithabollo. Re betse gone gore mo lehatsheng ka bophara go na le dikgwetho go tsa global challenges e le gore di atama gore go ebe go aga go nna le ditharabollo di akaretsa tsa maranyane ditharabollo tse e leng gore ke tsa dinaka ntse le go dira ka methale e mesha go netefatsa gone gore go tsiswa ditharabollo tse di rileng go goga dithabollo tsa senela ruri. Re itse gone gore ba le 25 ba tao ba tswa ba dirile jalo yone PhD, ha ba le 5 ba dirile jalo doctoral researches, mme ba ta ba lemoga ka mokgwa o ntseng jalo e le gore ba dira jalo mo mererong e harologaneng, ngwe le ya botsogo, engwe le ya tsa maranyane, engwe e le tse e leng gore ya akaretsa merero ya dithabollo ka go harologana. Mme jaaka o setse o ka tswa o lemogile jalo UNESCO legota lone la UNESCO le itebagantse jalo e le yone la United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization le itebagantse le gone go rotloetsa kagiso le thitibalo go dira dilo ka pharologano. Le itebantse jalo go le go netefatsa le go nonotsha arts, sciences and culture. Me yone L'Oreal Foundation ke lekgotla le leng gore lone le itebagantse jalo le go rotloetsa bomme go tsaya ditiro le go nna le ditiro tse e leng go tebagantse jalo le maranyane hela ka mokgwa o ntseng jalo. Mme mo nakong ya gompieno motsana wetso re gone mo nakong ya teto re letetse jalo Tona Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi le mohumagadi wa gagwe Meneo Masisi ba tao ba goroga gone hano go ta go tsena yone di awards tsone tse e leng gore jaaka sa tswa go bua di lemoga jalo sabe sa bomme ba ile gore ba dira go le gontsi mo mererong ya tsa maranyane, mo mererong ya tsa dithabollo, ba dira tsone dipatlisiso tse e leng gore ra itse gone gore di thusa jalo go goga dithabollo tsa senela ruri, di tebagantse jalo le dikgwetho tse e leng gore di lebagane mahatshe ka mokgontseng jalo.
Wetso Pirimaning Yalabone, Kwedi Yamana Tsele, Eroba Bongwe, Rehano Motropokolo, Haborone, Rehasaka Tamalalo, Kasoke Popota ya Botswana tonight. Honte Hela Jalowetso, Madume, Unkamokale, Ora Mokale, Kibido Benson Putero, Meja Kakale Hakino, Si, Bongwe, Kibubedi, Kaitedia.
Dumela Benson, Wetso Dumela, Nakibido Homoto Mapani.
Resatswa kwa mogela kana re rolelwa kgaso jalo go tsweng ka ko kgalonya ya chobe kwa kasane o tshilong ka betse a ntse a tlhatlha a supa se se diragalang ka ko ka tselentseng yalo mme ebile ke dumela gore ka tselentseng yalo re boele gone ka ko kasane re tle re bone tautona Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi jaaka re bona a goroga gone ka ko e le gore bomme go tsweng mo mafatsheng a borwa jwa sekaka sa Sahara ba e leng gore ba dirile dipatlisiso ka tsela e ntseng yalo gone ka ko tautona ene wa goroga e le bomme ba ba dirile dipatlisiso tsa maranyane ba tla bombanelwa dietsele go lemoga seabe sa bone ka tsela e ntseng jalo mme ke tsa kere ha ile gore kgaitsheleke o tshile o nkabetse ka o ko kana mana gongwe o ka tsa wa tlhatlha wa supa gore go diragala ka tsela ntseng yang tshidi o nkabetse
jalo le mohumagadi wa gago Meneo Masisi ba tsile jalo go tsena yone modiro wa the 14th edition of the Foundation-Unesco for Women in Science 2023 Young Talent SUB-SAHARAN Africa Awards e leng gore ra itse mo sebakeng sa gompieno di awards tsone tse mo letono o tabo o lemoga jalo bomme ba le ba masome a mararo ba ileng gore ba dira go gontsi ba dile go le gontsi bangwe e le ba PhD candidates bangwe e le ba doctoral researchers ba ileng gore ba dirile ditshekatsheko ka go harologana merong ya dithabollo ka go harologana tebang le dithabollo go lemoga gone gore tota African women ba na le sebaka ba na le sabe se se rileng mo go teng ka ditharabollo kgotsa dipatiso tse e leng gore di tsisa tsone ditharabollo mo mererong ya tsa dithabollo mme se se molemo ke go lemoga gone gore Batswana ba le babedi mo palong yone ya masome a mararo ke ba e leng gore ke Batswana bomme ba Batswana ba e leng gore le bone ba ba lemoga mo la gompieno mme tlhalosa jalo gone gore ba tswa gone mo palong ya batho ba le 632 tswa mo mahatsheng a le lesome le bosupa ba e leng gore batho ba lemoga mo tsatsing la gompieno mo go gontsi mo e leng gore go ka buiwa women scientists present an opportunity for the African continent and for the entire world to grow sustainably. Mme ke sengwe se e leng gore tabo re se lemoga mo sebakeng sa gompieno jaaka batho ba lemoga jalo ka thomamo. Statistics also speak to the value of the fact that there is a representation of 2.5 African women researchers in the world. 2.5 are from Africa globally, which of course presents an opportunity for women to take up their rightful place in development. And of course, with another statistics which speak to 122 million young girls who are out of school. And then the previous conversations I did have with the Vice Chancellor of the University of Botswana, he did speak to the value of research for development and just how much has been done in terms of the financial plow-in and of course the talent therein that will nurture that type of development and the importance of innovative research, which of course will drive Botswana's quest of being a knowledge-based economy. And of course, just speaking to the various research areas that are evident, a lot of research has been done by these women researchers or scientists from Africa around climate change, coming up with responses or mitigation approaches to reducing the carbon footprint. Some have come up with research around cell biology, revolutions that actually speak to a sustainable environment in light of the need to come up with health approaches to dealing with so many diseases and the burden of diseases, and coming up with diagnoses and therapies, which of course will inform development and help the world move towards a more sustainable future where people are not only included but are developed, and that revolutions or reforms are established, informed by research. And of course, L'Oreal and UNESCO coming together through this very substantial program, is very telling of what they individually stand for. L'Oreal Foundation, for instance, helps women to fulfill their potential, to shape their destinies, and possibly impact society in an array of areas, through scientific research, through inclusive beauty, leveraging opportunities there within the beauty industry to bring about impact and community development, as well as aligning their set priorities with bringing about climate change mitigation approaches as well. And as it stands, L'Oreal Foundation has also assisted over 4,100 women in research, empowered them in that regard from 110 countries, and basically just encouraging, inspiring young women to pursue science careers. And of course, still in light of that, UNESCO, which was established in 1945, also carries a very heavy mandate as well. UNESCO is an acronym for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, and it is a UN agency which strives to promote world peace and security through international cooperation in arts, sciences and culture. And we did have a moment earlier on to speak to a UNESCO female scientist champion, Ms. Sicelo Dube, who spoke at length about the value and the potential of young women in taking up their rightful place in the development space. If you've just joined us, welcome back once again. We are here broadcasting live from Kasane at the 14th L'Oreal UNESCO for Women in Science 2023 Young Talent Sub-Sahara Africa Awards, which of course will kickstart in a moment's time. His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi has arrived, as well as the First Lady Ms. Neo Masisi. Dignitaries from all walks of life are here as well. Representatives from UNESCO are also here, as well as the L'Oreal Foundation. And of course, the whole essence of this is to ensure, to recognize the value of women in science. And of course, 30 women will be recognized today, 2 of whom are Botswana, who have done substantial research. And of course, His Excellency and the First Lady were touring the different stalls there, representing the different faces here. And of course, he is now moving towards the main venue, where of course the event will kickstart in a moment's time.
May we kindly remain standing for the singing of the Botswana National Anthem. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you may kindly take your seats. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I please start by acknowledging the presence of His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Kabetso Masisi, the President of the Republic of Botswana, our First Lady, Mrs. Neo Jane Masisi, our host Minister, Honorable Thulagano Sogokgo, other cabinet ministers here present, the CEO of L'Oreal Foundation, Alexander Pelt, Mahosi Arona, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and supporters of women in science. A very good evening to you, Dumelang Bagetso, and welcome to the very prestigious L'Oreal UNESCO for Women in Science Sub-Saharan Africa Award ceremony, happening today live from Kasane in our beautiful country, Botswana. My name is Khana Dintwe, and what an incredible honor it is to be standing before you this evening as Director of Ceremonies. And as you can tell, of course, I'm not alone. I'm with my friend here, coming in all the way from Paris, and he is Mr. Sylvie-Henri Cissé.
Bonsoir Roana, bonsoir à tous. Roana, comment ça va?
Ça va bien, merci.
Très bien, elle parle bien français, bravo à toi. Très heureux d'être avec vous ici pour la 14e édition du prix Jeunes Talents L'Oréal UNESCO pour les femmes et la science. Très heureux d'être ici à Kasane au Botswana. Nous allons passer une merveilleuse soirée, Roana.
Absolutely. Now, tonight, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here to celebrate, to honor, and to uplift the outstanding achievements of women in the science field. Now, without further ado, I'd like to give you a warm Botswana welcome by inviting the tribal leader of this area, Kgosi Thuso Wasetso, to give us welcome remarks.
Sous vos applaudissements, Kgosi Thuso Wasetso, chef de la communauté de Kassané, qui nous reçoit ici.
A round of applause as he makes it to the stage.
I thank you, Directors of Ceremony, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Kabetswe Masisi, the First Lady of the Republic of Botswana, Mrs. Neo Jane Masisi, Member of Parliament for Chobe Constituency, also the Minister of Justice, Honorable Ronald Machana Shamukuni, Honorable Minister for Communications, Knowledge and Technology, Re Tularanyo Seroko, all honorable ministers present today, Chief of Staff for Government, Re Boyce Sebetlela, the District Commissioner, Me Onalen Nasichele, the Honorable Council Chairman for Chobe District, Re Shimni Mulelwane, Kgosi Samoka Potwako Plateau, Professor Marshall Zebazikana, Head of Science Unit, UNESCO Regional Office for Southern Africa, L'Oreal Chief Executive, Mayor Alexander Plato, the 2023 for Women in Science Sub-Saharan Africa Jury, 2023 for Women in Science Sub-Saharan African Young Talent. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you and welcome you this evening. Director of Ceremonies, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to Kasane, the host of the 2023 14th edition of the Foundation, L'Oreal and the UNESCO Young Talent Award for Women in Science in the Sub-Saharan African region. Director of Ceremonies, I'm grateful that the Chobe District, which is mainly known as a tourist destination of choice, has been chosen to host an event of such magnitude. Chobe District is made up of 9 villages, namely Pandamatenga, Kasane, Kachikau, Kazungula, Kavimba, Lesoma, Mabele, Satao, and Parakarungu. And sometimes we shorten it, we say from Parakarungu to Pandamatenga, which is P2P. Kasane is the urban center of the district. In the district, you will experience the Chobe culture, which offers a rare treasure chest of traditions from very different lands by different people. Kasane is well known for its unique characteristics. Perhaps the most unique feature of this culture is its food and cuisine. Besides that, the traditional dress, mostly worn during ceremonies, will leave you admiring and yearning to learn more. Meals in Chobe, as we have already experienced, are all freshly prepared. The lodges pride themselves on their personalized services, and this includes your culinary preferences and needs. The food is mesmerizing, is very tantalizing, and will leave you yearning for more. The signature meal is the tasty Chobe bream, which is unique to Chobe and has always been part of our traditional cuisine. Out in the bush, the fish is roasted or fried over hot coals in an open air in the same way that you do with beef. The knowledge of basketry has been passed down from mothers to their daughters from generation to generation. The baskets are made from leaves of the Mokolwane palm tree
which are native to our region. They are adorned in various patterns created with interweaving leaves colored by natural dye from indigenous plants. The people of Chobe make these baskets for home use, but they can also be sold to tourists from around the world. Director of Ceremonies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my firm belief that given the existing challenges of climate change, new pandemics that are emerging like COVID-19, droughts, and wars, we need more women in science to provide solutions to such emerging problems. We are therefore grateful to L'Oreal and UNESCO for providing means to make this possible. Through such initiatives, we believe that in future women will no longer be underrepresented in science and research. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to congratulate all the 30 laureates who shall be receiving award tonight. I thank you all for your kind attention and welcome to tonight's celebration. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Thuso Wasetso, Hosi Thuso Wasetso, for those warm welcome remarks as we look forward to indulging you in our traditional cuisine this evening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, tonight promises to be a highly inspirational, exciting evening. But at this point, would like to introduce you to an incredibly impactful initiative by the Foundation of L'Oreal as well as UNESCO that has us gathered here tonight. Would like to take you, or to give you a moment to watch the following 4 Women in Science video.
Nous allons vous montrer en images les engagements de la Fondation L'Oréal et UNESCO à travers le monde et plus particulièrement en Afrique.
Applause for that video, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Now, distinguished guests, to give us more insight on what we just got a glimpse of, which is 4 Women in Science initiative, it is my privilege to introduce our next speaker, a remarkable individual who will be giving a welcome speech. She is the CEO of the L'Oreal Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage Alexandra Palt.
Directrice générale, responsabilité sociale et environnementale du groupe L'Oréal, directrice générale de la Fondation L'Oréal, je vous prie d'applaudir Alexandra Palt. pour le discours. Sous vos applaudissements, Alexandra Palt.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Masisi. Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Botswana, Mrs. Masisi. Honorable Minister, Minister of Communication, Knowledge and Technology, Mr. Sekoku. All honorable ministers here present. Josi Tuzo Vasetso, thank you for welcoming us. All Dikhozi here present. Member of Parliament for Shobi constituency, also Minister of Justice, Honorable Ronald Shamukwini. Dear Professor Marciales Mbazekona, Head of Science Unit, UNESCO Regional Office for Southern Africa. Dear jury members of the 2023 for Women in Science Sub-Saharan Africa Awards, dear young talents, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are here tonight to celebrate and honor 30 young women scientists from 17 different countries. To be selected for this award, they had to distinguish themselves among more than 600 candidates and convinced by the excellence of their science and their career paths. But even more importantly, to get to this level of excellence, they had to overcome obstacles, barriers, and personal hardships. Being a woman in science is never a walk in the park, nowhere in the world. Stereotypes, discrimination, glass ceiling, harassment exist everywhere. In Africa, we find additional barriers and difficulties, some related to the context of insufficient investment in science and research institutions, living conditions that make faster access to income a very important stake, and sometimes because of the attributed roles to women and girls. So all the more, I wish to tell our young women scientists, we acknowledge the incredible path you have behind you. We know the hardship that a lot of you had to overcome. We respect and admire the achievements you have already accomplished. The L'Oréal Foundation is awarding and celebrating women in science for the last 25 years. The reason for it: women scientists were made invisible for as long as science exists. Their discoveries and contributions were hindered, silenced, even stolen. And to change this, it's not just about an issue of equality or more equal societies. It is about better science for all. The world can't afford the luxury of lacking half of its talents, competences, and intelligence. When we look at the challenges the world is facing, climate change, biodiversity loss, health, responsible technologies, we know that we need science desperately to cope with these challenges. And we need women in science to build inclusive societies that work for all of us. Neither Africa nor the world can overcome the crises of our time without one half of humanity. We need women scientists, and we need women scientists leaders. The world needs better and better informed leadership. The world needs to listen to the voices of women scientists. Yesterday, we had the privilege to be in the presence of Her Excellency, Madame Masisi, at Shobi Junior Secondary School for an intergenerational exchange. We try to inspire new vocations. We need to do that everywhere. But we also must build societies in which these women scientists then can fully contribute, be heard and seen. This is what the Foundation aims to do. Change the way the world looks at women scientists and give them a platform to make their excellence visible. We need better leaders for our common future. We need women scientists to become leaders, and what a wonderful country to celebrate their potential. We thank His Excellency for welcoming us warm-heartedly in Botswana, a country witnessing the oldest continuous democracy in Africa, a recognized example of good governance. Long democracies need continuous work, vigilance, and courage. So does gender equality and personal leadership. To our young talents, believe in your potential, trust in your knowledge, fight for your place, but also doubt, question, and make values the guiding principles of your action. Never forget that your contribution to science, to society is immensely important. The world needs science, and science needs women. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the CEO of the L'Oreal Foundation, Alexandra Pelt, for giving us a brief history of the foundation, as well as really bringing the awards to our country this year. Now, at this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're about to welcome our next speaker. But before we get to that, UNESCO is the L'Oreal Foundation historical partner over a period spanning 25 years in the For Women in Science program. At this point, distinguished guests, please help me in giving a warm round of applause as she makes it to the stage. Our speaker, Martial Zebazi Kana, Head of Science at the UNESCO Regional Office for Southern Africa.
L'UNESCO est le partenaire historique de la Fondation L'Oréal. Je vous prie d'accueillir son représentant local, Martial Zebazi Kana. Merci.
Thank you so much, Director of Ceremonies. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokwetsi Eric Keabetwe Masisi. Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Botswana, Mrs. Neo Jean Masisi. Honorable Minister of Communication, Knowledge and Technology, Tulagano Marefe Segoko, all honorable ministers here present, Honorable Deputy Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Honorable Minister Zue Sibanda, Kosi Kasane, Kosi Suso Waseto, all Jikoti here present, members of the Parliament of Chobe constituency, and also Minister of Justice, Honorable Ronald Makanda Suwan-Kwini, SADC Executive Secretary, here represented by Mrs. Anneline Morgan, CEO of the Foundation L'Oréal, Alexandra Palt, members of the diplomatic missions, Executive Secretary, African Academy of Science, Executive Secretary, African Open Science Platform, Dr. Tiamo Matsuwega. 2023 for Women in Science Sub-Saharan African Jury. 2023 for Women in Science Sub-Saharan African Young Talent, fellow scientists, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an absolute privilege for me to stand before you today in this beautiful town of Kasane as we come together to celebrate the 14th edition of the L'Oréal UNESCO for Women in Science Young Talent Sub-Saharan African Awards. I would like to first of all thank the government of Botswana for hosting this important celebration. This year is particularly special as we also mark the 25th anniversary of this remarkable program. Distinguished guests, since its inception in 1998, the L'Oréal UNESCO for Women in Science program has been a beacon of hope and empowerment of women for women scientists around the world. Over the course of 25 years, this program has recognized 127 outstanding female scientists from 42 countries with the prestigious L'Oréal UNESCO National Award. It is heartening to note that 7 of these laureates have gone on to receive the Nobel Prize, a testament to the incredible impact that this program has had on the global scientific community. Let me now also thank all the jury for doing a serious work, a thorough work in screening all the applicants. In sub-Saharan Africa, the impact of this program cannot be overstated. Through the Young Talent Sub-Saharan African Award, we have supported and honored the brilliant mind of this region. From this year onward, the number of endowments has been increased from 20 to 30, with 25 for doctoral students and 5 for postdoctoral fellows. This provides vital financial support and invaluable leadership and communication training to our selected young talent. Excellency, distinguished guests, on the cornerstone of this program is its commitment, diversity, and inclusion. We believe that the best scientific solutions are born from a mosaic of perspectives, experiences, and background. Through initiatives like this, we strive to create an environment where every talented scientist, regardless of gender, has the opportunity to thrive and make their mark in the world. To the young women scientists we honor today, you are the embodiment of excellence and dedication. Your research is not only pushing the boundary of knowledge, but also inspiring generations to come. As we gather here in the heart of this beautiful continent, we are reminded of the immense potential that lies within each one of you. Distinguished guests, in relation to transformational science and science for transformation, the UNESCO Open Science Recommendation puts society at the forefront of scientific endeavor. Member states are urged to focus on 7 key areas, including promoting open science understanding, creating a supportive policy environment, and investing in infrastructure and capacity building. You will also recall that during last June, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the SADC ministers directed the Secretariat to work in collaboration with UNESCO and the Open Science Platform for the elaboration of the regional open science framework and guideline. Excellency, distinguished guests, before I end, allow me to commend the government of Botswana for signing the SADC Charter on establishment of the Women in Science, Engineering and Technology Organization last year. It's evident that Botswana is committed to promoting and advancing the role of women in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and innovation. The presence of His Excellency with us today and the First Lady attest to this. Since Botswana as a country strives to be a knowledge economy, investment in STEM is critical to realize this noble ambition. These developments present an opportunity for member states to transform national and regional science systems to be fit for purpose, and for young scientists to embrace the open agenda in doing science, societal engagement. In conclusion, on behalf of UNESCO, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to L'Oréal for their unwavering commitment to women in science and for being a steadfast partner in this incredible journey. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the awardees, and I am confident that their contributions will shape the future of science and make a positive impact on our shared humanity. Be assured that UNESCO will continue to work with partners and stakeholders to promote scientific excellence in the continent and beyond. Distinguished guests, the world needs science, and science needs women. Let us celebrate them. Thank you for your attention.
Distinguished guests, may we once again give another warm round of applause for this incredible partnership between the L'Oréal Foundation and UNESCO. And thank you very much to our speaker, the head of science at the UNESCO Regional Office for Southern Africa, Mr. Martial Zebazi Kana. Now at this point, we'd like to give you an appreciation of our traditional music and dance, and specifically go further to showcase our traditional music and dance from this very region. At this point, we'll be welcoming on stage a performance by Matsosangwao Traditional Dance Troupe, a traditional dance group from right here in Kasane.
C'est très important ce que tu dis, Raouna, parce que dans toutes les villes où nous sommes passés, que ce soit à Dakar, Nairobi, que ce soit à Kigali ou à Abidjan, nous avons associé les sciences à la culture. Et à Kasane, nous n'allons pas déroger à la règle, et nous allons vous proposer donc une représentation avec la culture traditionnelle, avec le groupe Matsode. Ah, je te laisse le prononcer, je te laisse le prononcer, c'est à eux.
Absolutely. May we give them a round of applause.
Bravo à eux. Félicitations. Allez-y. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sur scène, c'était les étoiles du Botswana qui dansaient pour nous. Et vous avez parmi vous des étoiles. Ce sont des femmes extraordinaires qui font le présent de l'Afrique, qui vont faire le futur de l'Afrique. Je peux vous dire que ça fait quelques jours que nous sommes avec elles. Ce sont des femmes extraordinaires, des femmes d'exception. Vous avez la chance de les avoir aujourd'hui au Botswana. Et c'est pour ça que nous sommes très heureux de venir ici chez vous. Et nous vous remercions, Monsieur le Président, Dr Masisi, de nous accueillir pour permettre à ces femmes de briller aujourd'hui. Johanna.
Absolutely. Now, tonight, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have the extraordinary privilege to hear from a leader who embodies the spirit of collaboration, which has been showcased right here tonight. A leader who is really for a more equitable world and is completely committed to encouraging mindset change, which is critical, especially within the context of what we're gathered here for tonight, which is celebrating women in science, an industry that is otherwise dominated by males. At this point, without any further ado, may we all rise as we welcome to the podium His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Kabetso Masisi, the President of the Republic of Botswana.
Merci, thank you. Please take your seats. Director of Ceremonies, Mr. Sylvain Henry Cisse and Ms. Khaunedine Tue. My beloved wife and First Lady of the Republic, Your Excellency Neo Jane Masisi, the Host Minister of Communication, Knowledge and Technology, Honorable Thulagano Sekgokgo, the Member of Parliament and Minister of Justice, Honorable Ronald Shamkuni, the Deputy Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development in Zimbabwe, Honorable Sibanda, Honorable Assistant Minister of Education and Skills Development in the Republic of Botswana, Honorable Naniki Makwinja, Chief of Staff, Ms. Betlela Kosi Tuto Wasetso, Chairman of the District Council, Yachobe, Honorable Chimni Mulelwani, the CEO of L'Oreal Foundation, Mr. Alexander Pelt, the Head of Science Unit, UNESCO Regional Office Southern Africa, Professor Kana, the Permanent Secretary, Vice Chancellor of the University of Botswana, Professor Norris, Chief Executive Officers and Captains of Industry, young talents, members of the media, creatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. I am truly elated to be here tonight, particularly to address this distinguished gathering this evening on the occasion of recognizing and celebrating milestones of scientific achievements made by young women. Yes, indeed, we are recognizing young women from sub-Saharan Africa, including Botswana, with distinguished talent for pursuing research in the sciences, technology, and innovation space. On behalf of my government and the people of this republic, I extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. The Foundation of L'Oreal and UNESCO for Women in Science Young Talents Award for Sub-Saharan Africa in our beautiful tourism town of Kasane. I wish to commend the Foundation of L'Oreal and UNESCO for their commitment to identify, acknowledge, promote, and nurture the immense research talent that young women of Africa possess. Botswana holds this ceremony of a transformative initiative in the highest esteem, as it is being held within 10 months following the recognition of our country's excellent and impactful research. Amongst others, the 2023 Botswana National Research Excellence Awards recognize 2 categories of research that relate to today's awards. These were the Early Career Award and the Inclusivity Award, which specifically focused on women scientists. The partnership between L'Oreal Foundation and UNESCO is a good example of joint development efforts. L'Oreal is the leading producer of personal care products in the world, I am told, whose manufacture of beauty products of acclaim and global appeal reflects heavy investment in research. In this regard, L'Oreal prides itself on having 20 research centers around the world and a dedicated research and innovation team of over 4,000 scientists and 5,500 tech and digital professionals. Now you can applaud. I had to say it because it sets the bar for us to emulate, and other nation states too to emulate. On the other hand, UNESCO promotes educational, cultural, and scientific research and enterprise to improve people's lives across the globe. It is noteworthy to appreciate the importance of its tagline, that education transforms lives. Through its science-related programs in the developing and least developed countries, UNESCO is strategically positioned to build their scientific, technological, and innovative capacities. The pursuit of scientific research, technology, and innovation requires a nurturing environment. Accordingly, the relationship between L'Oreal and UNESCO demonstrates the interconnectedness of science, technology and engineering, arts and mathematics in delivering a powerful program on promoting and enhancing the status of women. I've been made aware of the week-long leadership capacity building program to prepare the laureates for their future high-level careers. Exchanges between young talent awardees and young girls from the secondary schools in Kasane were really commendable to foster scientific vocations and in the process inspiring them at the right time during their basic education. As the Setswana adage says, "Lore lojo liselimeitsi," and literally it translates to, "A walking stick is properly shaped while still supple." The generation of knowledge and its utilization in coming up with technological solutions to problems of limited capacity in production or in the delivery of services is cardinal to our Vision 2036 aspiration of becoming a high-income and knowledge-based economy. We are, as a country, aligned with the African Union's strategy and commitments to use science, technology, and innovation as catalysts for Africa's socio-economic development and growth. Furthermore, Botswana's reset agenda priorities of value chain development, digitalization, and mindset change directly speak to engaging science-applied research and innovation for transforming Botswana into a vibrant, knowledge-based economy. In terms of education and training, this means that the basis for scientific literacy and the appreciation of technology and innovation must be put in place at a tender age of schooling. Furthermore, our adolescents, and in this case, focusing on young girls, must be taken to work and industrial situations to see the science and technology at work instead of being overly immersed in mere verbalism and theoretical exposition of regurgitation. Practical lessons and the wider assessment systems ought to be competency-based to measure scientific literacy and demonstration of technological and innovative capacities as real outcomes. This is learning by doing and reflection. In this regard, we should seek to replicate the UNESCO initiative of Take the Girl Child to Work. Certainly, knowledge generation in the science and technology fields cannot be the realm of men alone, at the exclusion of participation by women and girls. On this premise, therefore, the social barriers and the inequalities that have been constructed for years to undermine women's show of scientific, technological, and innovative capacities must be systematically demolished. It is in this connection that our participation as a nation in the L'Oreal UNESCO Young Talent Awards for Women in Science for Sub-Saharan Africa is a liberating, inspiring, and empowering experience towards gender equality. Distinguished guests, tonight we celebrate the extraordinary achievements of our African female young talents who are showing great potential in their respective fields. Musadi ke tarias chab. This is a Setswana proverb that means women are the true and trusted protectors of their people, as is the case everywhere in the world. The need to promote and enhance the status of women in science, technology, and engineering across the globe cannot be overemphasized. Women can bring new perspectives and increase the pool of talented researchers. And according to UNESCO, although women account for half the world's population, less than 30% of the world's researchers are women. This is, however, not a matter of naturalness, rather it is a product of gender role socialization, which we must change. At the UN level, the importance of gender equality is acknowledged as being instrumental to the achievement of 7 other Sustainable Development Goals. Its inclusion in the Agenda 2030 as Sustainable Development Goal number 5 is testament to the fact that empowerment of women is a key component towards the achievement of health, resilience, and productivity for communities. The African Union Science, Technology, and Innovation Strategy for Africa 2024, referred to as On the Wings of Innovation, buttresses the need to transform Africa into a knowledge-based and innovation-led society. This strategy has prioritized the eradication of hunger and achieving food security, prevention and control of diseases, communication, physical and intellectual mobility, protection of our space, and building societies through human capital development in requisite areas. Realizing these priorities rests on designing education and training programs based on gender equity and equality in participation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Southern Africa Development Community, through its revised gender protocol, calls upon state parties to take special measures to increase the number of girls taking up science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects, and information communication technology at the primary, secondary, tertiary, and higher levels. The SADC Science, Technology, and Innovation Protocol of 2008 advocates for promotion of gender equity and equality in the teaching and learning of basic sciences and mathematics at all levels of the education system. Botswana has always prioritized the support and capacitation of women and girl child through the various legal instruments and policies that support women during confinement and freedom of choice of careers, even though traditionally assumed to be for men. Government is committed and ready to support all regional and global initiatives that are aimed at empowering and supporting participation of women and girls in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects and areas, which explains why we so graciously invited you to come and inspire us. As a demonstration of Botswana's commitment to cooperate with other member states in promoting women in science, engineering, and technology, we signed the Gender Charter on Women in Science, Engineering, and Technology in 2002. In addition, the Botswana Academy of Sciences is hosting a chapter of the Organization for Women in Science for the Developing World, an international organization that provides research, training, career development, and networking opportunities for women scientists throughout the developing world. The choice of Botswana by L'Oreal Foundation and UNESCO to host this year's celebration is in line with our national ideals and aspirations of building a knowledge society. The Botswana National Research, Science, Technology and Innovation Policy of 2012 advocates for increased and equitable participation of girls and women in science. We are alive to the fact that participation of women and girls in science and technology requires creating environments that are conducive for women to learn, train, and work optimally. We will ensure that such appropriate environments for fostering effective learning and mentorship are provided for female scientists. I wish to commend you, the young researchers that I met as I came in, who are here tonight, for your dedication, your perseverance, and passion for your work. The commitment to push the boundaries of knowledge that you have demonstrated is admirable, and it also provides hope for a better future. I salute you as the change makers, the dreamers, and the doers that will bring the much-needed transformation to the African continent. And as we say in Botswana, "Are chen, let us change." Allow me to also acknowledge the sponsors, the supervisors, mentors, institutions, and families who have supported these young researchers on their journey to being recognized for the worth and vitality of their work. Your belief in their potential and your guidance and encouragement have been instrumental in their achievements. The investment put in their education and development will surely yield great returns for our societies. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I know that since the inception of this program, 4 talented young Botswana have received awards. To the past Botswana awardees and the 2 Botswana laureates who will receive awards tonight, I say congratulations. You have made us and me proud. Yes, this is clear demonstration that young women, scientists in this country, have the capability to excel at the highest level. And yes, I want to make a promise to you that we will do all it takes to raise the bar even higher. Our immediate effort in this regard is that the National Research Fund is being set up to revolutionize the national research landscape in Botswana. Tonight, as we celebrate the awardees of the L'Oreal Young Talent Women in Science Awards, the UNESCO General Conference is ongoing in Paris, France. The conference is where global programs to advance science are generally discussed. Tomorrow will be a special day of the commemoration of the World Science Day for Peace and Development in the UNESCO annual calendar. The day is intended to raise the profile of the sciences. For Botswana, this is the best way to actualize the aims of the UNESCO General Conference and to commemorate this World Science Day. Much appreciation goes to the unwavering dedication of L'Oreal and UNESCO in fostering the growth and development of young women in Botswana and the region at large. Africa, ladies and gentlemen, is struggling to reach its women leadership targets. So efforts such as these go a long way to enable the attainment of our set targets. Thank you so much, L'Oreal UNESCO. I'd like to conclude my remarks by once again, yes, congratulating the awardees and express my deepest appreciation to the Foundation L'Oreal and UNESCO for their invaluable contribution to the building of science research capacity in Africa. Let me thank the organizers once again for choosing Botswana, particularly Kasane, to host this magnificent occasion. I invite you all I invite you all to take time after your official engagements to visit our tourism offerings and enjoy the beautiful scenery and the hospitality of the people of Botswana. May we all continue to strive for research excellence in Africa. And yes, the bag here also congratulates you. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, or should I rather say merci, Your Excellency, for those very inspiring, that very inspiring keynote address, as well as the encouragement to the laureates, these young scientists who are being awarded here tonight, these young academics, especially coming from an academic yourself. Now, we stand here today, my distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to celebrate not just the achievements of the women who will be awarded here tonight, but also the boundless potential of women in science from all over the world. Now, to the awardees and the nominees, your contributions to science have the power to change the world, and therefore we are really excited to be honoring you tonight. May we please give them a round of applause just before we get to this next segment of the program. Now, to kick off tonight's awards, please help me welcome back to the stage CEO of the L'Oreal Foundation, Alexander Pelt, and for Women in Science, do remember Mabel Imbuga to present the East African Awards.
Nous allons remettre les premiers prix des jeunes talents L'Oréal-Unesco. Nous demandons donc à Alexandra Palt et Mabel Ebungu, membres du jury, de venir nous rejoindre. Et nous allons commencer par l'Afrique de l'Est, Johanna. Je vous en prie, Mabel Ebungu, Alexandra Palt. Mabel.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, as we go straight into the award ceremony this evening, I'd like to welcome our first recipient. Her name is Cheryl Kirama from Kenya. She works on the effects of tuberculosis. She is recognized this evening for her discoveries in pulmonary fibrosis and incurable disease. May we please give her a round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Cheryl Kirana, qui est en train d'arriver du Kenya, travaille sur les effets de la tuberculose. Elle est reconnue pour ses découvertes dans la fibrose pulmonaire, maladie incurable. Bravo, bravo Cheryl. La photo, le photographe est là, ici, the photograph. Please, the photograph, here. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations to you, Cheryl Karama from Kenya. And our next recipient this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is Mwende Mbilo, who's also from Kenya, a PhD student in condensed metaphysics, who's working on the lifespan and improvement of the performance of photovoltaic cells. May we please give him a round of applause. Give her a round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Mwende Mbilo du Kenya, doctorante en physique de la matière condensée, travaille sur la durée de vie et l'amélioration des performances des cellules photovoltaïques. Photo.
A huge Huge congratulations to her as we welcome our next recipient this evening, Nayelijwa Mshanga, a PhD student in nutrition and dietetics who works to improve food security among children in Tanzania. A round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Nayelijwa Mshanga, doctorante en nutrition et diététique, travaille à l'amélioration de la sécurité alimentaire chez les enfants en Tanzanie.
What incredible young women. Congratulations to her. Now, our next recipient is Faith Njeru, also from Kenya, a PhD student in food and agribusiness security, who focuses on inventing new diagnostic methods to preserve maize crops in Kenya. A round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Faith Njeru du Kenya, doctorante sécurité alimentaire et agroalimentaire, se concentre sur l'invention de nouvelles méthodes de diagnostic pour préserver les cultures de maïs au Kenya.
Congratulations, Faith. And our next recipient is Devotha Godfrey Nyambo from Tanzania. She automation and control systems researcher. Her work aims to identify infectious diseases amongst Tanzanian sheep and goat herds. There she goes as she makes it to the stage. A round of applause.
Devotha Nyambo de Tanzanie, chercheuse automatisation et système de contrôle. Ses travaux visent à identifier les maladies infectieuses des moutons et chèvres en Tanzanie.
Congratulations to you, Devotha. Now, our next recipient is Hemen Tesfaye Gelau from Ethiopia, a PhD student in microbiology. Her research focuses on antimicrobial resistance in bacteria present in irrigation water, soil, and certain fresh produce supply chains. A round of applause to her.
Hemen Gelau d'Éthiopie, doctorante en microbiologie. Ses recherches portent sur la résistance aux antimicrobiens de bactéries présentes dans l'eau d'irrigation.
Congratulations, Devotha. Now, our next recipient is Esther Uwimana from Uganda, who is a PhD student in molecular biology. Her findings could be used to develop effective vaccines against the tuberculosis and all infectious diseases. A round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Esther Uwimana de l'Ouganda, doctorante en biologie moléculaire. Ces découvertes pourraient être utilisées pour développer des vaccins efficaces contre la tuberculose et toutes les maladies infectieuses.
Congratulations, Esther. And our next recipient is Grace Omutesi from Rwanda, a PhD student as well, who works on implementation sciences and is recognized this evening for her work in cervical cancer prevention and her research into the effectiveness of the human papillomavirus vaccine. Here she makes it to the stage. Congratulations to you.
Grace Omutesi du Rwanda, doctorante en sciences de l'implémentation, est reconnue pour son travail de prévention du cancer du col de l'utérus.
Thank you. It's an incredible honor to receive this award. My heartfelt appreciation goes to the For Women in Science team, the government of Rwanda, my country, for being a champion for women, and specifically to have contributed to my success today. My gratitude also goes to God for giving me the strength to get this far, to my mentor, Ruwen Barnabas, Nelly Mugo, and Mukhtar Aliyu for their continued commitment to my success. While this award is being presented to me as an individual, it is the fruit of work from my wonderful parents, devoted friends, and mentors who choose to invest in my growth and success. When I lost my father at the age of 16, I was catapulted into adulthood. I decided that a university education was out of the picture for me. The best way I could honor his memory was to finish high school and contribute to making sure that my younger sister stays in school. So I set out to do my best and finish high school. While I was doing that, I decided to channel all my energy from grief and pain, and I buried myself into coursework. This gave me an escape from my reality, but the outcome changed the trajectory of my life. At the end of high school, I emerged as the one top student in science, and I was awarded the Rwanda Presidential Scholarship that gave me a full right to continue my bachelor training in the US. A few months later, I found myself on a plane traveling to the US, filled with a wide range of emotion, anxiety, excitement, but yet an endless gratitude for the opportunity to continue my education. I completed my training successfully and pursued into my master's at Vanderbilt, where through my mentor's support, I was able to contribute to powerful global health work. Upon graduation, I spent some time working with my team in Kenya and supporting anesthesia training in rural Kenya. Afterwards, I joined Partners in Health in Rwanda, where I dedicated my time to supporting clinical care delivery in Rwanda. A little bit after that, I decided to pursue my PhD training and moved to Seattle to pursue my PhD in implementation science. The first year of my training was exciting, and I could not imagine the opportunities that would wait for me once I finished my training. Unfortunately, despite my progress, the reality of life in developing countries were too clear once again. My mother was diagnosed with cancer, and it was clear that time was at the essence. Knowing what a delay would mean, I decided that the best I could do would be to stop my training and be at her side. When I shared my plan with my mentor, she completely dismissed it. Grace, she said, you don't have to choose between being your training and being there for your mother. We will find a way for you to do both and succeed. Through the help of my incredible friends who stepped in and pushed me to continue even when I felt like I was ready to give up. All this support made all the difference in the world. Before I knew it, I was taking my advanced implementation science courses in a fusion room beside my mom while she was getting her care, and studying in the middle of the night, preparing for my preliminary exam and writing my dissertation work. Today, I'm glad to say that she's in remission, and I'm immensely grateful for the community that supported us through this journey. I am very privileged and looking forward with excitement to use my skills to continue to contribute to solving most pressing global health problems. I humbly received this award, dedicated to God, to the community that helped me get this far, to my incredible parents whose wisdom, resilience, and commitment to service continue to inspire me daily. Thank you very much. Murakoze, Asante, merci.
Congratulations to you, Grace, and just join them for one last photo op. And congratulations to these beautiful young ladies. One thing about you guys is you look breathtaking tonight. May we please give them a round of applause for such incredible achievements.
Music.
And as Thank you very much, and you can make it back to your seats. Now, congratulations. Congratulations to the young talents from East Africa as they make it back to their seats. Now we head on to our next region, which is Central Africa. Please help me welcome back to the stage Mr. Martial Zebazi Kana, and for Women in Science, do remember Julius Ekuru to present the Central African Awards to the next laureates.
Après l'Afrique de l'Est, donc nous allons passer maintenant à la remise des prix pour l'Afrique centrale.
Now, our first recipient this evening, distinguished guest, is Lydia Mesado Kamga from Cameroon, a PhD student in ecology. Her research on new pollination systems is essential to understand the reproduction of orchids and ensure the survival of these plants. Here she is, making it to the stage. Congratulations to you.
Lydie Kanga, doctorante en écologie, ses recherches sur de nouveaux systèmes de pollinisation sont essentielles pour comprendre la reproduction des orchidées.
Congratulations to you, Lydia. And our next recipient this evening is Fanta Yadang Sabine Adeline from Cameroon as well, a postdoctoral researcher in neuroscience who is rewarded this evening for her research on medicinal plants likely to contribute to the cure of Alzheimer's disease. A round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Sabine Adeline Fanta Yadang est récompensée ce soir pour ses recherches sur les plantes médicinales susceptibles de contribuer à la guérison de la maladie d'Alzheimer.
Congratulations to you, Fanta. And our next recipient is Dairo Hajija To, also from Cameroon, a doctoral student in cellular physiology who explores the potential of local plants in the treatment of cardiovascular diseases. And here she is making it to the stage. A round of applause.
Dairo Hajija To du Cameroun explore le potentiel des plantes locales dans le traitement des maladies cardiovasculaires.
Thank you very much. Coming from the northern region of my country, I've been raised in a society where the education of young girls is not fully supported, and even less so when they choose to have a career in the field of science. I was lucky to grow up in a family that really supported me, and in which the men, my father and my brothers, were really aware of the importance of a young girl's education. Throughout my journey, I realized that I'm an exception in the environment in which I grew up, because many young women don't have the chance to benefit from this support like I did and to aim higher in their studies. Certainly, my will and my motivation have been important so far, but it's clear and very important to notice that the support of my father and my brothers has been an essential element in making my dream come true. I've been selected among more than 600 young ladies, and this already represents a great achievement for me. As a women scientist, getting the L'Oréal UNESCO Young Talent Prize is the accomplishment of a hard work and the start of a wonderful journey full of success. I wish that my story inspires more than one person, and I believe in a society where every young girl will benefit from more support from men. If I have been able to go so far and to achieve this, many other girls in my region can also make their dreams come true. I'm proud of what I have been able to accomplish, but also proud of the next generation of these young women who will stand here in my place in the years to come, and I want to be a model and a lead to them. I thank the L'Oréal-UNESCO Foundation for this wonderful opportunity, and I dedicate this recognition to my lovely family. A new breeze of change has risen. Let us let ourselves be carried by it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to you. And please join them for a photo opportunity before you make it back to your seats. Congratulations to our Central African awardees this evening. Will we please give them a round of applause? You may make it back to your seats, and may I please ask that Mr. Mashial please remain on stage, and I'd like to invite our 4 women in science jury member, Mr. Jules de Gila, to present the West African Awards. Please come join us on the stage for this next
Jules de Gila, membre du jury, qui vient nous rejoindre pour remettre les prix cette fois-ci à l'Afrique de l'Ouest.
Now, distinguished guests, our next recipient is Temi Tope Abiola from Nigeria, a PhD student in biochemistry who's conducting biochemistry research to produce more sustainable and higher quality biodiesel. May we please give them a round of applause as they make it to the stage.
Temi Tope Abiola du Nigeria, doctorante en biochimie, mène des recherches en biochimie pour produire un biodiesel plus durable et de meilleure qualité.
Actually, from what I remember, we are celebrating Temi Tope Abiola tonight in her absence. And our next recipient this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is Ini Adinya, also from Nigeria, who is a postdoctoral student who combines mathematics, finance, and computer science to study financial models for investment evaluation. There she is, beautiful, making it to the stage. Congratulations to you.
Ini Adia du Nigeria combine les mathématiques, la finance et l'informatique pour étudier des modèles financiers pour l'évaluation des investissements.
To you. And our next recipient this evening is Bernice Konadu Eggman from Ghana, a doctoral student in environmental sciences who's being rewarded this evening for her studies on the quality of drinking water in Ghana to address disease risk. Congratulations to you, and a round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Bernice Konadu Eggman du Ghana, doctorante en sciences de l'environnement, est récompensée pour ses études sur la qualité de l'eau potable au Ghana pour faire face au risque de maladie.
Congratulations, Bernice. And our next recipient is Mary Amoako from Ghana, as well, a postdoctoral researcher in nutrition and dietetics who studies diets and nutrition to prevent babies from developing malformations and perinatal deaths. Congratulations to you, my little sister.
Marie Amaoko du Ghana, chercheuse postdoctorale en nutrition et diététique, étudie les régimes alimentaires et la nutrition pour éviter que les bébés développent des malformations et éviter aussi les décès périnataux.
Congratulations. And our next recipient is Dorcas Atibila from Ghana, a doctoral student in medical entomology who's been rewarded for her work aimed at combating the scourge of malaria in Ghana. Congratulations to her.
Dorcas Atibila du Ghana est récompensée pour ses travaux visant à lutter contre le fléau du paludisme au Ghana.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Congratulations to you, Dorcas. You may join the other ladies as we welcome our next recipient, who is Pamela Borges from Cape Verde, a postdoctoral researcher in oncology who is rewarded for her pioneering research on hereditary genetic mutations in breast cancer patients. Congratulations to you and a round of applause to her.
Pamela Borges du Cap-Vert travaille sur les mutations génétiques héréditaires chez les patientes atteintes de cancer du sein.
Congratulations to us. We welcome our next recipient, Kefayeth Fibi from Benin, who is a PhD student in bacteriology, virology, who is renowned for her innovative research on bacterial resistance. She managed to passionately reconcile her research commitments and her family life. Huge congratulations to you as she makes it to the
Kefayeth Fibi du Bénin est réputée pour ses recherches novatrices sur la résistance bactérienne. Elle est parvenue à concilier avec passion ses engagements et son travail de recherche.
Congratulations to you. And our next recipient, distinguished guest, is Korede Adoreke from Nigeria, a PhD student in agricultural biotechnology and food biotechnology, who is awarded for her research in chemistry on the health benefits of shea enriched with ginger and turmeric. Congratulations to you and a round of applause.
Aderonke Korode du Nigeria est récompensé pour ses recherches en chimie sur les bienfaits pour la santé du karité enrichi de gingembre et de curcuma.
Congratulations to you. And our next recipient is Emma Bolanyidu from Ghana, who has been awarded a prize for her research into the treatment of viral hepatitis B and C in Ghanaian hospitals. She's also contributing to national plans to eradicate these diseases. Congratulations to you.
Emma Kampuyandou du Ghana fait des recherches sur le traitement des hépatites virales B et C dans les hôpitaux ghanéens. Elle contribue également aux plans nationaux d'éradication de ces maladies.
Our next recipient is Patolo Niang from Senegal, a doctoral student in artificial intelligence who receives the Young Talent Prize for her research in the use of artificial intelligence to improve the management of cardiovascular diseases. Congratulations to you.
Patolo Niang du Sénégal, doctorante en intelligence artificielle, reçoit le prix Jeune Talent pour ses recherches dans l'utilisation de l'intelligence artificielle pour améliorer la prise en charge des maladies cardiovasculaires.
Congratulations to you. And our next recipient is Rahimat Yakubu from Nigeria, a PhD student in electrical and electronic engineering. Her research is on clean energy in Nigeria, on solar technology in cities and rural communities. Congratulations to her, and a round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Rahima Tchakoubou effectue des recherches sur les énergies propres au Nigeria et sur la technologie solaire dans les villes et les communautés rurales de son pays, le Nigeria.
Recipient this evening from West Africa is Jedida Jacob from Nigeria, a PhD student in conservation biology who works for the conservation of plants and pollinators of the Nigerian savannah. Congratulations to her. There she is as she makes it to the stage.
Jedida Jacob du Nigeria agit pour la conservation des plantes et des pollinisateurs de la savane nigériane.
My love for plants, particularly flowers, butterflies, birds, initiated my interest in science right from an early age. Even more, my dad and two of my exceptional female teachers directed me and gave me guidance. Through time, I understood that those butterflies and birds play a role called pollination in fruit production, which is fundamental to food security, cash crop economies, and the long-term survival of plant species in natural ecosystems. However, that interaction could be affected by landscape modification and variation in seasonal climates. Now, I study land use change and variation in climate change how it affects the assemblage of pollinators and their interaction, which is very key to agricultural production. Rising to this career level was never easy, but beyond all myths, gender stereotype, financial constraints, and the family care responsibilities I have to bear, I am rising. Where I come from, statistics shows that only 47% of girl child are enrolled in schools. Almost 20 fail to complete their junior secondary school, and about 20% fail to complete their higher secondary school. The only difference between those girls and I is that I got the support and mentorship I needed right from an early age. That may not mean much to people in whose societies going to school is a norm for every child, irrespective of gender. But for us here, that's huge. Therefore, we appreciate the support we receive from our families, and as well, particularly for me, my family, because they sold the only piece of land they had and value so much to sponsor my MSc education in the United Kingdom. Equally, we appreciate the support of our teams of supervisors for their mentoring, and as well for L'Oréal-UNESCO for equipping us with essential skills, increasing our visibility, and expanding our networks. Winning this award is an assurance that our contribution to science is acknowledged. As well, it will amplify our influence as role models to nourish the interests, talents, and intellectual capacity of girls and women in our respective countries to engage in science. We will keep pushing until the structural barriers and gaps that prevent women from having equal participation in science is broken, because educating the girl child in science is key to fulfilling the larger human deficit in science, and it is a non-negotiable step towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to all the laureates from West Africa. And I'd like you, yes, please remain on stage for a photo opportunity.
Merci, thank you.
Congratulations to our West Africa laureates. A round of applause as they make it back to their seats, ladies and gentlemen, as we now go into our last group of laureates from Southern Africa. Please welcome back to the stage CEO of L'Oreal Foundation, Alexandra Pelt, and for Women in Science, do remember Nelson Toto to present the Southern African Awards. A round of applause as they make it to the stage.
Alexandra Pelt, qui revient sur scène avec quelqu'un que vous connaissez bien ici au Botswana. Il s'agit de Nelson Torto, donc qui vont remettre les prix aux lauréates Jeunes Talents Afrique Australe.
I cannot deny my excitement as we go into this group. Representing our region, I'd like to invite our first recipient this evening, Constance Chungwaru, a doctoral student in biotechnology who is using local plants in Zimbabwe to create an effective biopesticide to combat the armyworm that devastates maize crops. A round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Maria Kayama s'est attaquée au problème de la pénurie d'eau en Namibie grâce à des technologies de pointe pour détecter rapidement les fuites, la falsification des compteurs et le vol d'eau.
Congratulations to you, Constance, as we invite our next recipient, Ntabeleng Hlapisi, a doctoral student from Lesotho who works on medicinal chemistry in South Africa and on improving phototherapies to better treat cancer. Congratulations to you.
Felicidades, Nikis du Mozambique, doctorant de sécurité et santé au travail, premier médecin à poursuivre un doctorat en santé et sécurité au travail au Mozambique, et elle a l'ambition de rendre plus sûrs les hôpitaux de son pays.
Congratulations. And our next recipient is Maria Kanyama, who tackled the problem of water scarcity in Namibia using cutting-edge technologies to quickly detect leaks, meter tampering, and water theft. Congratulations to her as she makes it to the stage.
Maria Kayama.
Congratulations to her as I invite our next recipient, Felicidad Nquis from Mozambique, a PhD student in occupational safety and health, who is the first doctor to pursue a doctorate in occupational health and safety in Mozambique, with the ambition of making hospitals in her country safer. Congratulations to you.
Felicidad Nikis du Mozambique, docteur sécurité et santé au travail.
Congratulations to you. And our next recipient is Bamini Skrikisoon from Mauritius, who receives an award for her work in promoting marine renewable technologies and harnessing tidal energy. Congratulations to you.
Bamini Skrikisoon de l'île Maurice est récompensée pour son travail de promotion des technologies marines renouvelables et l'exploitation de l'énergie marémotrice.
And now a recipient from the host country of the awards this year, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Bonolo Phineas from Botswana. Is a PhD student on infectious diseases from Botswana who works tirelessly to highlight methods to combat hepatitis. Congratulations.
Du Botswana, doctorante, travaille sans relâche pour mettre en lumière les méthodes pour lutter contre l'hépatite B.
Congratulations to you, Bonolo. And our final recipient from Southern Africa is another recipient from a host country, Mesha Mbisana from Botswana, is being recognized.
Mesha Bisana.
Misha is being recognized for her work to improve the security of crops such as maize and sorghum. Congratulations to you, Misha. Round of applause.
Pour ses travaux visant à améliorer la sécurité des cultures telles que le maïs et le sorgho.
Good evening, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity to speak in this prestigious occasion. My love for nature, particularly flowers, butterflies. This is not my speech, sorry. But it's written my name, so. Yay! Okay. All right, yes. It is a tremendous honor and humility for me to be receiving this award today. As a young scientist, I'm faced with the intense demand to work very long hours, to publish frequently and in reputable journals, and to constantly look for funding or support opportunities, all this while expected to bear rejection and to remain motivated. On top of that, as a young woman, I find it even harder to deal with these challenging circumstances because I also want to fulfill and maintain certain social obligations. However, I have made it this far because of my positive environment, the support and efforts of my close friends, my family, particularly my parents, who sacrifice a lot and tirelessly support my dreams as they now fund my studies, and my academic supervisor, Dr. Dikabo Mukhupuji. Dr. Dikabo has shaped me into a psychologically strong, confident, and purposeful scientist by creating a safe space to take time of academic pressure, responsibilities, and focus on my self-care, social life, and other interests. All this while tirelessly looking for funds, research support, and career advancement opportunities. To some, this kind of self-space might seem unnecessary and a waste of precious time that should instead be focused on being at the lab. But it is the reason why I have overcome my urge to quit and to rather persevere, accept, embrace, and learn from my failures. Because of my mentor, I've reached milestones that seemed impossible to me. Today, I'm contributing to the food safety systems in the world, and I'm an award-winning young scientist. This is something which seemed far-fetched for me when I started on this journey. So, as I received this award today, I want the world to know that my journey has been challenging, but mostly rewarding and bearable because of my mentor's efforts to foster motivation and a supportive atmosphere, enabling me to flourish without succumbing to mental exhaustion. I wish this for all young and aspiring scientists and encourage us to uplift those that come after us by understanding and recognizing that pursuing scientific research does not entail missing out on life. I give my thanks to God, to my country, Botswana, to my institution, the University of Botswana, Foundation L'Oreal, UNESCO, my mentor, my family, my friends, and everyone in this moment. And may you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Congratulations to you, Misha. Such an inspirational speech right there. And congratulations to all our Southern Africans recipients today. Congratulations to you. And of course, one last opportunity for a photo. Please just wait a little bit on stage, my ladies, for a photo op. A huge congratulations to all our recipients this evening, ladies and gentlemen. May we please give them a thunderous round of applause for all the inspiration they've given us on stage today.
C'était un très grand moment, très chouette moment.
And having interacted with them over the last couple of days, one thing that I came to realize is each and every one of these 30 young ladies have an inspiring story of overcoming adversity, something that really showcases that no amount of adversity should hold you back from achieving your dreams. These women are just phenomenal. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may we please once again give them a round of applause. Now, it certainly has been an exciting evening so far, and congratulations once again to all. Now, as we come to a close, I'd like to invite our last speaker who will be giving us closing remarks, and this is the Honorable Minister of Communications, Knowledge and Technology, Honorable Thulagano Merafe-Sehoko. May we please give him a round of applause as he makes it to the stage.
Nous invitons l'honorable ministre de la Communication et de la Technologie, Thulagano Merafe-Sehoko, à nous faire part de son témoignage. Monsieur le ministre, je vous en prie.
Thank you very much, Directors of Ceremony. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi, Ms. Neo Jane Masisi, First Lady of the Republic of Botswana, Honorable Machana Shamukuni, Minister of Justice and also Member of Parliament for Chobe, Honorable Sibanda, Deputy Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology Development for Zimbabwe, Honorable Naniki Makwinja, Assistant Minister, Ministry of Education and Skills Development, Khosi Tusowasetso, Khosi Mokasane, Mr. Boy Sebetlela, the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Marshall Ghana, Head of the Science Unit, UNESCO Regional Office for Southern Africa, Ms. Alexandra Palt, Chief Executive Officer, L'Oreal Foundation, Chairman of the Chobe District Council and your Council Secretary, the jurists that are here present, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Communication, Knowledge and Technology, Reponswe Pusoi, and your colleagues, heads of corporation and parastatals here present, laureates, members of the media houses here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. I think this is my speech. Distinguished awardees, as we close this remarkable evening, I stand here with a heart full of gratitude and admiration. Indeed, the L'Oreal UNESCO for Women in Science Awards are the epitome of a global celebration of excellence, dedication, and a deep commitment to advancing knowledge. Tonight, we've had the privilege of honoring and applauding brilliant minds in the world of science. This has been an extraordinary experience, recognizing and affirming women as partners in developing the world. Director of Ceremonies, I heartily extend my deepest gratitude to the L'Oreal UNESCO Partnership for finding Botswana a worthy host of these prestigious awards. We're indebted to the L'Oreal and UNESCO Partnership for the opportunities that these awards have brought for our researchers, the tourism sector, and the rest of the economic sectors. The awards give impetus to our efforts to diversify our economy away from minerals to services and manufacturing and other high technology industries that highly depend on knowledge as the main input. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank the presidency for gracing these awards. Your Excellencies, the President and the First Lady, I wish to state that your presence at this event reaffirms your commitment in transforming our economy from a resource-based economy to a knowledge-based economy. I can also state quite confidently, Your Excellencies, that the recognition of the awardees occasioned by your presence here means much, in fact, probably even more than the monetary grants that they have received. We could not have found better champions for this event. And I want to say to you, the laureates, in His Excellency, I think honestly, we have a true champion of the empowerment of women. I could cite a lot of firsts about His Excellencies, but just contemplate this. He appointed, His Excellency appointed, the first woman Minister of Finance, the first woman Permanent Secretary to the President, the first woman Deputy Permanent Secretary to the President, the first woman Attorney General, the most women that Botswana have seen in its cabinet. And I rather suspect when we have such a position that His Excellency will be eager to appoint the first woman as the Chief Government Scientist. Your Excellency, I also wish to really thank most heartily the First Lady to have devoted 2 days, not 1 day, but 2 days to these, to the training and the awards, to have been available at the intergenerational exchanges yesterday, mentoring and interacting with our young women scientists. We thank you for your public service, Your Excellency. I therefore salute you, Your Excellency, the President and your government for acceding to our request as ministry for the nation to witness on our soil the unearthing of special gems in the field of science. We have all paused to literally live out one of the seemingly difficult commitments, that of supporting women in science. This progressive decision by your government reflects the presidency's commitment to eliminate gender disparities and promote inclusion of women in decision-making and social economic transformation. It also underlines your government's recognition of women research talents and the pivotal role that women scientists play in advancing knowledge and innovation. Distinguished delegates, join me in thanking the determined, unwavering young women scientists and researchers who have received awards today. Your contagious dedication and groundbreaking discoveries have paved the way for countless others to follow you. On behalf of the scientific community, we are indeed grateful for your contribution, which we believe shall change the destinies of our peoples and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful for all the remarkable scientists that have graced this prestigious occasion and affirm that without your presence here today, the day would have not had meaning at all. We applaud the boundless commitment that you and your teams displayed in relentlessly researching in pursuit of knowledge. We celebrate you as well for the limitless potential that your efforts represent for the future of science in our world. Khosi Wasetso, thank you very much, sir, for welcoming us. Thank you once again to Kasane and the Honorable Minister of Justice for being such gracious and hosts for today's event. Director of Ceremonies, my next to last appreciation goes to the esteemed members of the selection committees and the scientific community at large. We admire your flawless eye for spotting talent and excellence amongst a plethora of equally deserving scientific work. Your integrity in upholding high ethical standards have made it possible to hold a controversy-free awards. I highly applaud you for that. And if you do permit me, I do want to just single out Professor Nelson Toto, my former permanent secretary, one of the jurists. He did say that I am not at liberty to disclose his current titles. But Prof, thank you very much for the good word that you put in for Botswana and facilitating and putting all that effort so that we could hold these awards. I also wish to thank you, sir, for the work that you put in respect of the first awards that we hosted in Botswana. Let me profusely thank the families of the awardees, mentors, and colleagues who have supported and encouraged these remarkable scientists throughout their journeys. I strongly believe that your guidance, understanding, and unwavering belief in their abilities have been the foundation of their success. Allow me to close by thanking the educational institutions and research organizations that nurture and provide opportunities for women in science. Your commitment to fostering an inclusive and diverse scientific community is commendable and should be sustained beyond these awards. Director of Ceremonies, once again, I thank the L'Oreal UNESCO for Women in Science Awards, the hosting ministry, and all of you who have joined us in honoring these incredible scientists. And before I say in the usual Setswana to thank you, let me just say, and if you permit me to say, Alexandra and Maurice, please, I'm sure we will be happy to host you again. So if you are struggling to find things, we are available. There are many other towns, villages in Botswana that we would like you to come and visit. Thank you very much. Merci.
Merci to the Minister of Communications, Knowledge and Technology, Honorable Thulagano Sohoko. Round of applause to him as he makes it back to the stage. And thank you so much for wrapping up this very inspirational evening for us with your closing remarks. Now, tonight we have witnessed the power of determination, the impact of innovation, and the importance of recognizing and supporting women in the scientific community. Now, my co-host and friend, Silver, if there's something that I would like to ask on behalf of the laureates this evening, Your Excellency President Masisi and our First Lady Marona Neo Jane Masisi, I would like to please kindly and humbly invite you back to the stage to please take a picture with our laureates this evening, who I know will incredibly, be grateful for such an opportunity. And may I also invite you, the CEO of L'Oreal Foundation, as well as our UNESCO representative, Mr. Martial. May we all rise as we invite His Excellency the President and our First Lady to the stage for a photo opportunity with our laureates. And may our laureates also please swiftly make it to the stage to join His Excellency our President, our First Lady, the CEO of L'Oreal Foundation.
Nous invitons, Monsieur le Président, Alexandra Palt, la directrice générale de la Fondation L'Oréal, la First Lady, ainsi que les jeunes talents à venir sur scène pour immortaliser une photo qui va marquer cet instant exceptionnel et extraordinaire. Je vous en prie. Alexandra, je vais te donner le micro parce qu'on peut organiser en mettant des gens ici, en faisant, en faisant 2 étages.
Excuse me, some step down. Some of the girls, please step down. Yeah, you're allowed to go there. So thank you, so that we can all be on the picture. No, you have to go up because you are very tall. You should not. Or yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, are you okay like this? Okay.
Je t'en prie, Alexandra. In the middle, please. Music, please. Yes. No, stay please, stay please. We call the member of jury. Member of jury, please. Member of jury.
Members of the jury, please. Members of the jury, please. Thank you very much, Nelson. Jules, Julian, yes, please, please. Catherine, yes, please.
Member of jury, thank you for the photo. Music, please. Thank you, thank you. Merci beaucoup, thank you. Hawana.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Kiabetse Masisi, our First Lady, Mrs. Nell Jane Masisi, the CEO of L'Oreal Foundation, Ms. Alexander Pelt, as well as Mr. Marshall Zebazi Kana from UNESCO. Thank you very much for indulging our laureates with that photo opportunity.
Un grand merci, Dr. Masisi, Monsieur le Président, de nous avoir reçus aujourd'hui dans votre pays pour remettre des prix à des femmes d'exception. Un grand merci à Alexandra Palt, la directrice générale de la Fondation L'Oréal, qui nous a permis aujourd'hui de nous retrouver tous ensemble enfin, de pouvoir célébrer ces femmes qui font le présent et l'avenir de l'Afrique. Merci à tous ceux qui ont organisé cet instant, ce moment. Et maintenant, Raona, the party, la fête.
Absolutely. We've come to the end of our program. What an extraordinary evening it has been. An evening that I'm certain will inspire the multitudes of young ladies who got an opportunity to watch tonight, just to show them what is possible, the possibilities that exist if they push through, if they challenge gender stereotypes as well as traditional norms, if they persevere, if they have tenacity and are able to dream and have vision. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our evening has come to an end, and with that, I'd like to kindly ask that our top table, His Excellency our President, First Lady, the CEO of L'Oreal Foundation, Honorable Minister, Host Minister, as well as our UNESCO representative, Mr. Marshall. I would like to kindly ask that, our protocol officers please usher our top table to where they will be served dinner. And may we please remain in our seats as our top table is ushered out. May we allow His Excellency our President, as well as our First Lady, and our dignitaries and distinguished guests sitting with them to please be ushered to where they'll be having dinner.
Ah ben merci. Bye bye. Bonne soirée. Merci. Bonne soirée à vous tous.
This now brings to the end of what has been a spectacular event this evening. Of course, the 14th edition of the L'Oreal UNESCO Women in Science International Awards 2023, of course, which kick-started late this evening. And of course, a keynote address was given by His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, who graced this occasion alongside the First Lady, Ms. Nell Masisi. And of course, today, the purpose of the event was to recognize outstanding researchers and, of course, women scientists in Africa, and, of course, across 17 countries. We saw the representation of Botswana, Namibia, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Mozambique, Benin, Senegal, Cape Verde, Tanzania, Cameroon, and so many more, 17 to be precise. And, of course, from Botswana, we did have our very own women scientists, Bonolo Phineas, as well as Mesh Mbisana, who, of course, Bonolo Phineas was from, she did research in the health sciences, and of course, Mesh Mbisana did research in chemistry, and of course, she was, given the podium to speak at length about her experience, and she spoke, highly recognizing God, recognizing the country, recognizing her mentors, and of course, speaking to issues of perseverance, more especially in an industry, of course, that has been very challenging. And of course, we did also hear His Excellency mention, his promise to do all that it takes to raise the bar higher. And of course, in his parting statements, also mentioned the promise to revolutionize the research landscape in Botswana, which of course was one of the very many highlights that came to the fore in his speech. It certainly has been a spectacular event today, being here in Kasane, and I do believe from me and the crew that made all of this possible, it is a good night.